Welcome back to In the Kitchen with Grace. Today I am making a super tasty blue cheese walnut pull apart bread recipe. And so I have got walnuts, I have got some thyme. If you have fresh thyme, use that. It's fall here, so our herb garden is done for the year. I didn't bring the herbs inside. And I have some blue cheese that I've got crumbles that are ready. You can use a real block, full block of blue cheese, and then just kind of slice and crumble that up. And I'm also gonna toss in a little bit of parmesan as well. Got my quick rising yeast bread going here, and I will be working on that here in just a minute. I will link to the full quick recipe for how to make the actual bread, the bread dough using quick yeast and flour and salt. Super easy. Right now, while I'm waiting for my yeast mixture to continue to activate, I'm going to chop up my walnuts, and I've got about a cup's worth here of walnuts, and I'm just going to kind of chop them up a little bit into smaller pieces. Today I am going to do a quick rise instant yeast bread. I'm actually going to be making a blue cheese walnut pull apart bread. And so I'm going to get the bread recipe going for that. And I know if you're kind of newer to baking, you often wonder, how do I use yeast? How do I make simple, easy bread recipes? So this one is going to use Quick Rise Red Star yeast packet. I'm going to just use one packet here. We're going to pour it into our bowl. And then I am going to get a 1/4 cup of water. And you could also use milk, like scalding milk almost, if you would like, but I'm going to use warm water. Ooh. We're going to put that in. And then I'm actually going to get about a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, pinch of sugar or so. Okay. And then we're going to mix this together a little bit. We're gonna kind of let this foam up just a little bit. You can see it's kind of foaming here a little. So for this bread recipe, you're actually gonna wanna use in total 1.5 cups of very warm water. So I always do the first 1/4 cup water with the yeast packet and mix it together, just kind of get it started. And then after about 2 or 3 minutes, as it started to foam, I add the rest of my water, so that other 1.25 cups of warm water. And then we let that sit for about 10 to 15 minutes total while it's kind of foaming and bubbling, and you can kind of see that it is definitely bubbling up there a little bit. So I am now going to start preparing some of the other things for my bread recipe. I'm going to get a bigger bowl. Actually, I'm going to grab a bit bigger bowl than this one, I think. Let's use this one right here. And so for this bread recipe, we are going to use 3 cups of bread flour. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Now, if you're into using sourdough or would like to try sourdough bread, I do have a sourdough starter tutorial video. I'll link to that. I also have a easy pie crust and quick and easy biscuit recipes, so you can check those out as well. I think I have them all under my baking playlist. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of salt to add into my flour. You can use regular salt or sea salt. I'm actually going to use a little bit of Himalayan pink salt here. And I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it in. You want about 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. My blue cheese walnut bread, the flavors of that, salt goes really good with it. So it just kind of depends on what kind of bread you're going to make. If I was making a sweeter bread, I would add a little bit less salt. I'm gonna mix the salts in there together. And if you're going to add some seasonings, rosemary, thyme, parsley, whatever, like herbs, this is the time to add them into your mixture. And I am going to be doing thyme for mine, so I'm going to add some thyme. And I'm just actually going to kind of sprinkle it in and eyeball it. It's probably about a half a teaspoon there of thyme. Just kind of mix that in a little bit. So it's been about probably 35 minutes or so, and my dough has risen. It's kind of doubled in size. And because we're doing pull-apart bread, you don't have to let it like completely fully rise. You don't want like an actual poofy loaf of bread. I'm going to get my hands a little bit floury to help keep the dough from sticking to me. And what we're going to do is we're going to get it out of the bowl here. And I'm kind of just working flour onto the top here just a little bit so I can actually grab it. And you can do this a couple of ways. You can do like a ring and go in a circle. I'm kind of going to do some twists. You could also do some little rolls. But I'm going to take my sticky dough here and I'm going to kind of just twist around just like that. Kind of pull it. Need a little more flour on my hands. That is a good dough when it is sticky. We're going to go just like that. And I'm going to twist and twist here. I'm actually going to kind of put these right next to each other so that the toppings really get in there good. I'm just kind of twisting here. All right. Oh, it smells so good. And then we are going to grab our toppings. We have walnuts, blue cheese crumbles, and parmesan. And I like to kind of do half and half here. We're going to just kind of start with one layer of each and then come back and do another layer of each. And you kind of want to press the toppings into the top of your bread a little bit. Here we go. Get some walnuts in there. Push those in. Sprinkle a little parmesan. And then we go back to the blue cheese. This is the perfect bread to take along to holidays and gatherings. It just pairs so well with just about any meal. And so if you're looking for ideas of something to take to Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, this will do it for you. It is a crowd pleaser. Sprinkle a little more parmesan. Now, here is a key ingredient, and it goes so well with the blue cheese. It's honey. And we're gonna just kind of drizzle. Get that piece of blue cheese back in there. We're gonna drizzle the honey. You don't wanna go crazy. You just want a hint of it. And it blends so well with the thyme, the walnuts, the parmesan. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna go put that in the oven. And here is our finished blue cheese, walnut, thyme, pull apart bread. It smells so good, you guys. This is a must add to your meal plan. I am going to pair it with my creamy Italian penne pasta with sausage, and I'm probably going to add in my creamy pea salad that has salami and cheddar cheese in it. Oh, it'll be delicious. Thank you all. I hope you'll subscribe and stick around, and we'll see you next time.